I have a troll who goes by the fake name Makoto, who claims he's in Japan on a few of my videos. Um, he claims that he studies Tenshin Shoden Katori Shinto Ryu and he's in Chiba, and he keeps inviting me to go visit him and fight him at the dojo. But he won't give me his name. But he keeps telling me show up at the dojo in Chiba. He's there every day, and I could fight him. As we all know, the rules when you sign the oath, when you take the keppan, when you sign up for Tenshin Shoden Katori Shinto-ryu, specifically, I think it's the fourth rule. You're not allowed to challenge anyone to fights. So this fucking idiot, pretends to be from the school and he's breaking the rules. If you really are from the school, though, I know you're gonna see this video. I know you're gonna say something fucking stupid. So tell me your name, and I'll contact the school to verify that you're there. And if you want me to come visit, I guess you'll get kicked out of the school. But I guess I have to, if you're gonna go through all the trouble of getting kicked out of that Koryu, then I guess that's what it'll be. So just post your name down here, and then I'll contact your instructor. He'll verify that you actually train in that school. He'll kick you out, but I'll still go visit you. He's a real expert on Japanese martial arts because he said, "Oh, those patches behind you. Did you earn those?" Yeah, when you study Tenshin Shoden Katori Shinto Ryu, as you know, you're given patches. You earn patches. I have a strange feeling that this guy studies like Joe Schmo Taekwondo down in Arkansas or something. So yeah, I earned this patch, of Ryu Hayabusa, when I was doing ninja stuff like this. Like, if I get it right on the camera, it looks like my eyes. Yeah, that's a special ninja move there. So yeah, but the video that I'm making is actually on why the fuck do frauds always claim Tenshin Shoden Katori Shinto Ryu? Because there's tons of them in America. And there's one guy who, I posted this in BSMA. His name is Kevin Richardson. He's like a bodybuilder or something. He's been on TV in New York. And he teaches something that he calls Amegakure-kan. Like Amegakure from Naruto, the village that Orochimaru founded. And it looks like he watched some Booj videos and tried to copy that, but says that he learned Tenshin Shoden Katori Shinto Ryu from his teacher, along with other ninjutsu stuff. So I asked him about that. So he says, "Hi Dieter, you were asking about my teacher's background. My teacher's name was Sato, and he studied Tenshin Shoden Katori Shinto Ryu and Asayama Ichiden Ryu, which at the time was called Takeira Ryu, now known as Daito Ryu." Right, so I don't know how old his teacher is if he's doing that. At some point, he also studied the 9 arts currently associated with ninjutsu. So, does he mean the Bujinkan? Does he mean... I don't know what the hell he means there. He was a second-generation Japanese born in the United States and during the 60s served in the U.S. Army during the Vietnam War, working eventually in the intelligence field. I met him in Trinidad back in the 1980s, and what he taught was very much a modernized take on traditional bujutsu. I should note that he says anytime that the word jitsu is written out, it's justu, not jitsu. The rituals were present as the connections with Mikyo, Shinto, and Taoist philosophies, but everything was centered less on preserving things as they were, but on applying them to modern applications. The principle of ninjutsu, again, this fucking guy, held significant interest for him, and they were a key part of what he taught back then. He was taught in the Koryu tradition, and I was awarded full teaching certification, Menkyo Kaiden, after training with him for several years in what I can only describe as the Shugyo tradition. So he's trying to throw in a lot of Japanese words here. He obviously doesn't know who I am, so he's just throwing words in because he guesses someone will buy bullshit. I remember, though, when I came to America and went to a Bujikan, Bujijkan, Bujijkan, and Genbukan dojo, being struck by how different it was. So, obviously that's where he got the basis of his crap. He probably studied like a couple months and took whatever and thought, oh, I'm a bodybuilder, people think I'm tough. Being struck how different it was. Even the idea of a dojo with mats on the floor was strange. So, yeah, go to Japan and find a dojo that doesn't have a, modern mats or tatami. Uh, I started teaching in Prospect Park in the mid-90s and did so up until about 4 years ago when I took some time off to take care of my business, but I am now teaching again. I hope this answers your questions. I said, thanks, that's interesting. What are you ranked in, though? Do you have a teaching license in these arts? What was your teacher's first name, and is he still alive? Because, obviously, if you're gonna say, I learned from a guy with the most common fucking Japanese name, Sato is the most common name in Japan, he's obviously gonna be dead. That's the usual story. Dieter, I received Menkyo Kaiden in the collection of art taught by Sato-sensei, which he referred to collectively as Bujutsu. Again, his American first name was Mark. He is no longer with us. He passed away in 1991. He had a bit of a love-hate relationship with the Japanese tradition in that he was very much focused on moving past what he perceived as inflexible ways of looking at martial arts in general, and was more interested in what he termed Bujutsu, he spelled it right that time, rather than Budo, and its integration into modern life. Thus, there were many modifications of the techniques from his schools. Some of it was termed a historical reference point rather than movements that should be practiced on an ongoing basis. So for me, it made sense to codify it as a separate field of study entirely. I would be mistaken if I said that because I was granted Menkyo Kaiden, that I am holding full teaching licenses. I was much younger back then and was more concerned about the idea of rank. I was very much unfamiliar with the Katori system at the time, and we all wanted belts, but he would not entertain it today, which I am very grateful for. Can I see a copy of your Tenshin Shoden Katori Shinto Ryu Menkyo? As you know, that's standard procedure within the Ryu. Because, he said he has this Menkyo. I don't think you read my last message. I don't hold any Menkyo. Then it says, Tenshin Shoden Katori Shinto Ryu was taught to me by my teacher. I said, did you have to do the Keppan? Did you have to... so you know all the... I said, so you know all the techniques, but you don't have a license in it. Do you have any YouTube videos showing you them? He says, no, we don't post videos on YouTube. That's not part of the tradition. And then nothing after that. Yeah. This guy, Mark Sato, I think that was actually... Didn't the guy in Australia use that name? So this guy, once again, claiming Tenshin Shoden Katori Shinto Ryu, but using Naruto words, using words wrong, and no proof of anything, Actually, I didn't even think about, how did this guy's teacher get to Trinidad? Like, is that what it even said? I didn't even go through this, looking. Blah, 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 Mikio, blah, 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 blah. I met him in Trinidad back in the 1980s. So, random Japanese guy goes to Trinidad. This guy is from Trinidad, meets a guy, comes to America, and teaches ninjutsu and Tenshin Shoden Katori Shinto Ryu and blah, 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 blah. There's so many Tenshin Shoden Katori Shinto Ryu frauds out there. It's the oldest school in Japan, but it has so many rules, so much, it's an intangible cultural asset, so everything is actually, recorded because it's so important to the culture, and these people just like to throw this shit around, so, that's really all there is to the video, though. I was gonna do, a history of it, but why even bother, because these fucking people will just steal that information, so, this guy, Amegakure-kan, couple months of Bujinkan or whatever, and calling it his own shit. You know the story. That's how it works in a lot of ninja stuff. So fuck that. Fuck Makoto. If you, post your fucking name down here. Right below this video, post your name. Let's all see it. Getting tired of fucking internet challenges. Should do a video on Ron Collins. So it's, all fucking peas in a pod. I'm gonna sneeze.